Well, you too, it's your Uncle Darius. I want to thank my niece and nephew for watching. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to your uncle. Leave a like. If you guys have any recommendation, leave in the comment section. I'll get to it as soon as possible. What I want to do today is I want to talk about what happened with Charlie Kirk on Wednesday. So what happened on that day is that I was working, and I think it was close to my lunchtime, I believe. And then my buddy David, shout out to you, David, as always. My buddy David, like, he sent me a message saying Charlie Kirk got shot. I was like, whoa, whoa. Immediately, I went back to my station, to my workstation, and I typed in Charlie Kirk, shot. Read an article that say he got shot in the near the neck or in the neck. It's like, wow. I was surprised at everything. And of course, David told me that there was a video out. I checked the clip myself, and man, to see the blood just come out of his face, it's like, wow. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I should have known that he was already dead, but even then, I was, hell no, hope that he wasn't dead. You know what I'm saying? I was praying and everything. I was saying, cause let's be honest, nobody deserves to go out like that. Nobody. I don't want to get this out the way. I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk, and I'm not a fan of his work. And I'll let you know why in a bit. The horn is just honking and everything. And I'm like, listen, like, what the fuck is going on? I'll explain why I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk, but I just want to say this first. No one deserved to go out the way that he did. No one deserved to get shot, especially for your political views or your political opinion, of course. And even if he is a racist or a sexist or anti-immigrant, all that anti-DEI, that still is not enough reason to shoot the guy. But of course, we were waiting, and then I think like around 2 o'clock, my buddy David just told me he died. He passed away, and of course, I always trust my buddy David and everything. But of course, you wanted to hear it from official news. So when I finally heard it from AP News, I'm like, wow, what a sad way to go. Sad way to go. So with that being out the way, like I say, Charlie Kirk did not deserve to go out that way. Now, just because I say that Charlie Kirk did not deserve to go out that way, that doesn't mean that I'm a fan of the guy. It doesn't mean that at all. I found that a lot of things he said was practically racist. He wanted to get rid of the civil rights thing, and when I heard that, I was like, huh? Why you want to get rid of the civil rights? He also didn't think black pilots could be good enough, things like that. And I find that BS, because black people, we have to work 10 times harder just to get half of what they get. That's reality. That is reality for black people. And not just black people who said it, but it says something against LGBT, trans, women, in general, especially black women. Saying that, black women are not qualified or not intelligent, despite the fact that one of the Supreme Court justices is a black woman. And not only that, a former First Lady was a black woman. Michelle Obama. And yeah, she is a woman, but I do want to get that out of the way, because I know somebody going to be in the comments say, oh, Michelle Obama is a dude, blah, blah, blah. And that's you, go fuck yourself. And that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of the views. But like I said, just because I'm not a fan of the views, that still does not mean that he deserves to get shot for it. But at the same time, though, don't expect empathy and sympathy from people from the other side. Because you rubbed them the wrong way. If you want to be celebrated in life, treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody with respect. Now, of course, when all this happening, I knew for a fact that it wasn't a black guy. Because there's only, 2% of black people in Utah? I know, I checked. And this happened on Utah Valley College, Utah Valley University. And when I checked the demographic, there was only 1% of black people there. But I knew it wasn't one of us. And that still didn't stop people from threatening to harm black people and threatening to send death threats to people in HBCU, like to Hampton University and to a few others. And it's like, really? Us black people, we didn't have anything to do with this. And it showcased that we didn't have anything to do with this. Now, of course, I was worrying what there's a leftist, because, a lot of people who oppose his views are liberals and leftists. People who go to the left. But of course, a few days later, oh, no, let me go back. Initially we thought it was an older white guy, but it turns out it wasn't him. It wasn't until a few days later when they found out that it was a young white guy named Tyler Robertson. Now, of course, we confirmed that he's white. He's a gun owner. He was raised in a Republican family. And of course, they say at one point he was registered as a Republican, but I saw that he was recently registered as nonpartisan, which means that he is non-affiliated with any party. So I don't want to say I knew. So I think there is a chance that he still may be a liberal or leftist. But like I say, it didn't seem right that a liberal or a leftist would kill Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk, at the end of the day, is a debater. That's what he is. He is a debater. Best way to be a debater is to debate back. You know what I'm saying? It's a debate back. Like my buddy Sam, shout out to you, Sam. He's a debater as well. If you're able to argue against him, and able to prove your point, you know what I'm saying? Especially with facts and stats and everything, you already won. You already won. Because let's face it, a lot of stuff Charlie Kirk has said, it's just talking point. Either from Trump or from Rush Limbaugh or from other people. It's just talking point. Now, do I think that he's a smart guy? Yes, he was. I do think he was a smart guy. But I also feel that he was too hung up on one thing and that he was not able to, listen to the other side of people. Now, I could be wrong. But it just feels that Charlie Kirk, to me, based from the clips and the video that I watched, it just feels that he already has to be right. And that's a lot of people, to tell you the truth. I know that's my buddy Sam, that's also my dad, and that also, a few other people as well. They always have to be right. Or even if they're not right, it has to be their way or the highway. You get what I'm saying? And this is not bad to anybody else and things like that. It's just how some people are. Now, of course, like I said, with Tyler Robinson, we know for a fact that he was not black, he was not trans, he was not LGBT, he was not a woman, he was not any other misguided group. So the person who killed him is the white male, straight white male. And I would like to believe that he's Christian as well, because I know that his father used to be a preacher, or he is still a preacher. I don't know if he still is right now, but with that being said, one thing that irritates me now is that how conservative movements are trying to paint Charlie Kirk as a martyr, and that his death is similar to Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, and all the others. And maybe even Gandhi. And I'm looking outside, really? I mean, first of all, my buddy David, he told me this. He said Charlie Kirk was at one point an MLK fan, but then toward the end of his life, he discredited, Martin Luther King work, which goes back to why he wanted to overturn the civil rights, acts and things like that. But to me, it doesn't sit right with me because, Charlie Kirk was a public figure, but he wasn't a preacher. He wasn't anything but an influencer. A conservative influencer. At least Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King, they were trying their best to bring people together to fight the system. And that really was all about. Charlie Kirk, to me, it sounds like he was promoting the system. That's what it sounds like. It was promoting the system. That's why it irritates me when people compare Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King, because they are nothing alike. They are nothing alike at all. Now, I want to talk a little bit about an incident that took place that day, the Colorado shooting, where I want to say 3 kids were shot, including the suspect himself. It turns out the suspect was just a 16-year-old white kid. Now, you might wonder, why am I mentioning race so much? Because black people, we got a sense, especially from Charlie Kirk himself, we get the sense that we're nothing but thugs, we're nothing but this, we're nothing but that. As a matter of fact, the moment that he died, he would talk about trans shooting, gang violence that's going on with Black America. And he can also say Latino America as well. But yeah, it seemed like we always group together in a stereotype. And that what irritates me about MAGA people in general. That what irritates me about them. It's like they were so quick to blame the left. They were quick to blame black people. They were quick to blame transgender. They were quick to blame anybody else that is not a straight white Christian male. And that is the problem. Majority of the mass shooting that take place for the last decade have been committed by straight white males. For that incident that took place in Minnesota where 2 young kids unfortunately got killed. And it turns out the person was a transgender woman. And I'm like, wow, you guys got one. Compared to how many other like white shooting. And now you guys want to do something about it when people have been pushing for gun regulation, gun reform, and all the other stuff? Really? See, mega people, they get on my nerve. They really do, because it seems like they don't care when things happen except for when it happened to them. And not just the shooting. It also with economics. It's also with the immigration. It with a lot of stuff. So that what irks me about mega people, and that's why I can never be mega myself, because they just feel like hypocrisy and they feel hypocrites. And speaking of which, I do want to talk about the left side as well, especially those who are celebrating his death. Now, of course, this is not everybody on the left as well. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even say it's a vast majority, because many people like Dean, Niami, and Walter, Robbie Rose, I can't think of his last name. But all the people who I follow on social media, they have come out and said that have given condolences to Charlie Kirk and to his wife and family. But I have been seeing some leftists, celebrate his death, and that just irks me. It's like you don't ever want to celebrate a person's death, because one, that's karma. I do believe in karma, and I believe that it can come back to haunt you. I do believe that. Like I said, it's not everybody on the left, but it is people on the left that celebrate, making jokes and things like that. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the jokes are quite hilarious. But like I said, yeah, Charlie Kirk was a racist. Yeah, he was anti-DEI and all that, anti-LGBTQ, and he was all that. But at the end of the day, he still did not deserve to get shot like that. He didn't deserve that at all. With that being said, I'd like to offer my condolences to his wife and to his entire family, especially to his 2 young kids. Because I believe they were there when they saw their father get shot. Nobody deserved that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deserved that. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's just Charlie Kirk's opinion, and it was just his thoughts. You know what? What next? You guys going to shoot me next because I have my thoughts and opinion? This is the United States of America, where in the First Amendment, we have the right to free speech. But of course, I also believe that free speech comes with responsibility. So, I don't think people should have got fired just because they have negative opinion about him. Now, if it's just opinion saying, I don't mess with Charlie Kirk, or if it's like, I don't think much about the guy, then yeah, that person should not got fired or suspended. But if something like, that motherfucker is dead, I'm proud that he dead, and things like that, then no. That's just rubbing people the wrong way. No. But like I said, my condolences go out to his wife and to his family, and that's that. With Charlie Kirk, it's kind of hard to feel empathy for the guy, because one, he said that empathy is a new age term, and it's a bad word, things like that, which I think is bullshit. Excuse me, Mom, but it's asinine. I think it's good to have empathy, because empathy, it just shows that you can relate to other people. We have other people who got shot as well. I'm pretty sure everybody knows, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people know what it feels like to have their loved one getting shot. They may survive, they may die. But they know somebody who got shot, so they can offer their condolence. So just because Charlie Kirk, they don't have empathy, I'm not going to be that person to say, I won't give him empathy. I am going to give him empathy, because I truly believe that everybody in life truly deserves empathy. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. What you guys think of this video? Let me know comment down below. Leave me a like and subscribe to your uncle. Who share my previous videos out here. Peace, love, and rockable.